Hello, good day. Today we're gonna work on our cityscape artwork. So the first thing you want to do is you want to draw your horizon line. For the older kids, you got to keep in mind foreground, middle ground, background. Right? Foreground is in front, middle ground is the middle part of it, background is in the back. So I'm gonna say this is our foreground. I'm gonna make this water cityscape, right? This, I'm going to make buildings. Now, the most basic shape, this is constructive drawing. Constructive means we're taking basic shapes like rectangles, ovals, circles, and triangles. Those are basic shapes. They're more basic shapes, but to me, they're way more complicated. We're going to stick with the easiest and most fundamental. And we're going to make them buildings throughout the picture, right? So, all we're doing is basically drawing rectangles everywhere, right? So rectangles in front. Now keep in mind, if something is in front, it's always lighter than something that's behind it. All right. So that could be your basic cityscape. You guys can even make buildings that looks a little more like that. Right now, the first thing you want to do anytime you're drawing is that you want to break down the biggest part of it first. Meaning you want to draw the buildings before you draw the windows, or before you put all the details in on the little tiny windows. You want to make sure that you get a good concept of how your picture look. So that's something I always tell people to do. Just get the big picture first, then you can go back in and you do all the other stuff. If you want to put trees in here, you can do it prior to that, right? Or even here, right? So we can leave it at that. Now what's missing? We can put some windows in here, right? So let's put some windows. And again, look at the shape of it. They're just rectangles, right? Now guys, you do not have to copy. I do not want anyone copying my image. I want you guys to think of an idea of a cityscape that you may have seen, or maybe even something if you're working at home with your parents, that you guys can go up and Google cityscape together, and maybe you might want to draw a basic so you get an idea. You do not have to draw the one that you see in the image, but it gives you an idea. It might jolt you. Might say, oh, I want to do something next to the ocean, a city, the water, and then I can see the city from a distance, or maybe you want to do something else. So it's completely up to you, right? So I'm just putting in all these basic rectangles. So you put the door in there. Now I'm gonna make this interesting. I'm gonna make this like evening time. Keep in mind, the time of the day is controlled by you. I am not in charge of doing that, right? So I cannot tell you what to do. So if it's daytime, you can have blue skies, blue and white skies and clouds, etc., right? If it's in the evening, it's sunset, you should have your warm colors, which are your orange, red, and orange, red, what is the other one? Why am I not orange? Where's red? Orange, red, and yellow. What am I thinking? There we go. Brain freeze. So those are colors you might want to put in there, right? And here we go. Pretty easy stuff. So easy this is to draw this picture. All right. Now I'm probably moving a little too slow right now. I'm gonna practice. Alrighty. So the one thing left is the color process of it. So blue water, I'm gonna go nice zigzag lines, right? Nice happy little zigzag lines here. And I'm gonna go nice and easy. I'm not pressing really hard on the crayons, because it's whether or not press hard on it or not, it's gonna still color. So you want to go nice and even so everything in your picture looks even and consistent. go. Boom, that's the water, right? So the buildings, some of you might want to color some brown. So I'm going to color the ones in the back black because we're going to make shadow. So I'm going to make it like it's far away. I'm going to leave it like that. I'm going to do it really quick. So it's behind. I'm going to just, right, nice and easy, right? Not too hard. It's already 6 minutes. Here we go. See, nice silhouette. Alrighty. Here with the leaf. I'll color that green. And of course you will find cool colors in the water, right? So just keep that in mind. For those of you who want to go really, really advanced, you can probably color the water with just not just blue, but you might want to put more colors in there. So you can have it looking more dynamic. So that's our basic setup. Okay, so foreground, middle ground, background, right? So things are moving in space. All right, let's go for the building. Let's go for a brown. I do not have a red here. All right, so nice happy zigzag lines. Nice and easy. All right, let's put a brown there. Let's put another brown building here. All right. If you guys want to think about cool elements to put in your buildings, if you want to, you guys can color the door a different color. I think I'm going to color my door red. I want it to look like warm color. I want it to pop out. So I'm going to do that there. See how nice and easy that can be. All right. So that's done. I'm going to take a chance and go with red in this building. Orange. Art is all about taking chances, trying stuff, new stuff every time. So that's all it is about, trying new stuff every time. Alright, so that's orange. Let's go with purple. See, kids use purple before it looks dynamic in buildings. Alright. Nice and easy. So if you wanted to make the sky daytime, you would have to think about the colors for the sky in the day. If you want to make it evening, you have to think about that. If you want to make it night, you have to think about that. Is it raining? Is it not? All of those things you want to think about. All right, I've never seen a green building. Purple. And let's go with yellow. Why not? Let's go with yellow. In fact, I've seen green buildings recently. And I've seen green, yes, I've seen green buildings, so let's go with green. See how different the picture looks? All of a sudden, this looks like it's too easy, right? Now, this is where you guys get to create some interesting ideas. Now, if people are in the house, you can put yellow here for the lights are on. If they're not, you just leave it white. Like the ones with the black, you want to create contrast. You cannot put black and black because no one, it'll just look like the entire thing is in shadow, right? So if you put a little bit of yellow, it'll look like people are on. Something you might want to do for the other ones, you can put a black one here, black one here, black one here, So it seems like no one is at home, right? So you see how you create ideas in your head. You go through all the process of it. You guys make simple, easy pictures in art. So ever again, you guys have to do this in life. It's really, really easy. And you know how to do it. But keep in mind your horizon line separates the ground from the sky. Your basic shape for buildings are rectangles. And this is just basic. Basic. As you get older, you guys will make it more advanced, but the same concept applies regardless of if you're drawing something really complex or something really, really simple. Well, in this case, since the building is yellow, using yellow, see what happens there. It's too contrasty, so I might go with a black or a different color just so I can get something else so the building can look, so it can be a little bit more contrast to the idea. So I'll put another purplish door here. And let's go with the yellow again for the green because it's not going to be too contrasty. It's not yellow. So that's the basic, right? So my sky. Can my sky just be just white? It could be, but it would have to be something like that would be like overcast day where like maybe with gray. But since that's not the case, we're going to say it's nighttime. I like to make it night. You guys get to think about the time of day for yourself. So I'm going to use a little bit of black with some huge big zigzag lines. Because if I put them too close, it'll be too contrasty with this black for the building. So I'm going to leave it big and wide, right? And guess what I'm going to do next? I'm going to use a little bit of purple. So it gives that nice effect of nighttime. And nice happy zigzag lines. So just keep that in mind. So when you're drawing your picture, always think about elements. Maybe you guys want to add more trees in there. Maybe you want to make one in the daytime. Maybe you want to draw something different than just this. And before you know it, your drawing should look like this or better. And that's just in about 13 minutes. Well, all right.